Yeah, we back, man. Everybody been hearing about this outbreak. It's on purpose. I feel like it's designed. They did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they did it because people are losing weight. Health is up. Eating salads, eating fruits, smoothies. So you know what I mean. It's a design. You know what I mean? Like people want you to go eat burgers and French fries and eat junk food and cookies, and so now they poison in the only food that you can eat when you want to eat healthy. Raw vegetables, raw fruits. Like it's by design. Like don't be stupid. But look, let's see what they talking about.
More cases of a gut-wrenching illness that is caused by a parasite that may be found in raw vegetables and fruit. There's a lot of uncertainty around that. That's why I say may. There are new numbers that have just been released, and they show that there are now more than 3,000 cases in Michigan and Ohio, which are the hardest hit states, most of them in Michigan. We have CNN health reporter Jacqueline Howard joining us on this. Jack.
Swing states. Michigan, Ohio, those are swing states. And eventually, watch what I tell you, they're going to make this political. Oh, if they didn't cut back on the health care and cut back on this and cut back on that, this wouldn't have happened. Nah, no. These are swing states that they're doing this on purpose. I guarantee you, this is not some surprise. It's not some accident. Always remember the government, I don't care. Always remember the government is going to cause a problem and then come through and try to fix it. That's what they do. That's the system. That's the design.
And this story just really seems to balloon here. Tell us more about the people who have gotten sick and some of the uncertainty around all of this.
That's right, Brianna. We're seeing more and more cases emerge. And what we know about the people who've gotten sick, some of them have been hospitalized. When you look at Michigan alone, where there are now more than 2,600 cases that have been reported, 44 of them have been hospitalized. And when you look across the country, there have been dozens more hospitalizations as well. In total, Brianna, 31 states across the country have reported cases, but not all of those cases that we know so far are connected. These cases are still under investigation, and currently the only cluster of cases that has been described as an outbreak are those cases in Michigan as well as some in Ohio. And the reason why it's really difficult, Brianna, to pinpoint, okay, what's the original source of this outbreak or of these clusters is because once someone becomes infected, it can take anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks for symptoms to emerge. So
why are they lying to the people? Once you get a parasite, you really can't get rid of no parasite, yo. You got to really go natural. Like Google how to get rid of parasites. You're probably going to have to buy something natural. You're probably going to have to drink like vinegar, lemon, and something for your gut to really get rid of a parasite. Like that's just how it works. It just doesn't go away.
Health officials, especially those in Michigan, are really scrambling to identify the source of these cases and the symptoms that cyclospora infections, which is called cyclosporiasis, the symptoms of this illness include watery diarrhea. In some cases, it's described as explosive diarrhea, Brianna, as well as loss of appetite, cramping, bloating, nausea, fatigue. These symptoms can lead to dehydration. And for some patients, it's dehydration that has led to them being hospitalized. So it's really important, Brianna, to be mindful of how you can even become infected. A lot of infections sometimes are tied to contaminated.
It sounds like Pepto-Bismol put them out. People ain't been taking no Pep did this shit, man. Pep did this. Put this on Pepto-Bismol, man. Everybody go run and get yourself some Pepto-Bismol so they can stop messing with the fruit and the vegetables.
Contaminated fresh produce or contaminated water, like from water parks, or if you're eating fresh produce. So it's really important to wash your fruits and vegetables because this illness can be miserable. I'm telling you, Brianna, a lot of people want to avoid this altogether.
Okay, so talk to us about washing fruits and vegetables, because the pictures that we're looking at here, I think, is how a lot of people do it. They run their fruit or vegetable underneath a stream of water. Maybe they're trying to make sure they clean the surface of it. I mean, is that enough? Is there a soak? Do they need to use some kind of additive in the water? What can we do?
Use some vinegar. Use some vinegar, apple cider vinegar. You know what I'm saying? Then wash the vinegar off. Wash your fruits with some vinegar. Maybe a little bit of baking soda, a little bit of vinegar. Make a little bit of dip it in that, and then rinse it. I think that'll work.
Yeah, so water is better than nothing, but to really be more effective with cleaning your fruits and vegetables, you can add a little bit of vinegar to create a vinegar.
What did I say? I did not watch this. I did not watch this. I watch it in real time. I already know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know why they pay these people. They need to pay me. Hopefully one day they pay me to go up there when I get my numbers up. I'm a nobody. My numbers is low. Help me build the channel, but I know what I be talking about.
Vinegar rinse. So what you want to do, mix 1 part vinegar with 3 parts water in a large bowl. Put your fruits or your vegetables in there. Make sure they're covered with this vinegar rinse, and then physically stir your fruits and vegetables around in that water, and even, scrub or rub those fruits and vegetables to really make sure you're like physically cleaning them off. And that can help really, really make washing your fruits and vegetables more effective with reducing your risk of getting sick in the first place. So try that out. And Brianna, that is more effective than just water alone.
Dr. Redfield, how serious is this illness, and what sort of food should we be avoiding right now?
Well, it can be quite serious, and then it can cause severe dehydration if it's not treated in terms of maintaining your hydration. Luckily, an antibiotic that we know as Bactrim or Septra does have.
Look at that antibiotic. They can't wait to. We got an antibiotic. Go come down here with your insurance, so we could charge your insurance to get these pills. It's all by design. Don't listen to these people. They did this on purpose. 31 states is crazy.
Have some positive impact, so it is partially treatable. But it can be a quite uncomfortable gastrointestinal pathogen. It's a parasite. It can really last anywhere from 2 to.
Why did I say November 16, 2013, Atlanta? What's that about? What's that up there for?
For say 2 days, 2 weeks, and even longer into even a month with severe diarrhea, gastrointestinal disturbances. The foods that we associate it with largely are fresh vegetables and fresh fruits. We have had outbreaks in this country secondary to cilantro, to basil, to snow peas, to raspberries, to lettuce. The challenge we have is that there's no real reservoir for this. The reservoir for this pathogen is actually human feces. So it's a subject of human contamination in water and in the foods that we eat.
Immigrants did it.
It does get killed by heating to 158 degrees, but it is it's a sticky little parasite. And so when you wash your vegetables, it doesn't necessarily always wash off. So, obviously the safest thing is to eat cooked vegetables, cooked fruit. But it's quite significant outbreak right now we have in the United States. It's in 31 states. We've had no deaths. We have had, 80 something 86 hospitalizations, I think the last I checked. But it can make you severe diuretic. It's a bigger problem for immunosuppressed patients with HIV infection. They can have bouts that will last longer, even months.
Wow. So
let me tell you like this. There's going to be more to come. This is small time. But this is what happens when you have an open border. You let over 20 million people in here. We don't know what came in here. Everybody going to act like the border wasn't open. They just ain't let third world countries just rush into America. And now the Democratic Party who let it happen is trying to ignore like they didn't just let immigrants in here, act like they're not fighting the immigrants. They're trying to fucking about get rid of deportation, get rid of ICE, just to save their voters block. But it's not going to work, because people are going to remember everything that y'all are doing, and the Civil War is weakening y'all. So it's really going to be all for nothing. A lot of people have got sick. A lot of people have died. A lot of people have been raped, and it's like nobody's going to forget. Y'all going to act like people forget. Y'all Looney Tune people is going to keep talking about like it's not happening, but it's happening. But I'm gonna leave the link in the description. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification. Tommy G, I'm here bringing the information. Holla at me.